I like Fox News Channel. It's the natural home of American conservatives and Republicans. So it's curious to some people why Donald Trump, the leading candidate for the Republican presidential nomination, has been picking fights with them for months, really, and threatened to boycott the candidates debate Fox is hosting tomorrow night unless they met his demands, including yanking their star TV personality, Megyn Kelly, off the panel. Well, Fox couldn't very well succumb to that demand, so Trump did the unthinkable. He announced he's boycotting tomorrow night's debate. He posted a statement on social media that's just incredible. I want to read a few passages of it from it to you rather than summarizing it because the choice of the words is so Trumpian. You've just got to hear it. Let me read to you from the top. He says, "As someone who wrote one of the best-selling business books of all time, The Art of the Deal, who has built an incredible company, including some of the most valuable and iconic assets in the world, and as someone who has a personal net worth of many billions of dollars, Mr. Trump knows a bad deal when he sees one," unquote. Now that is a 60-word sentence, I counted. 50 words are him describing how awesome he is. Here, let me read some more. "Fox News is making tens of millions of dollars on debates and setting ratings records, the highest in history, whereas in previous years they were low-rated afterthoughts." I'm surprised Trump didn't explicitly say, and those ratings are the result of his attendance, but that's actually true. Every TV or radio show Trump goes on gets a ratings boost. But here's the key sentence. Ready? Quote, "Unlike the very stupid, highly incompetent people running our country into the ground, Mr. Trump knows when to walk away. Roger Ailes and Fox News think they can toy with him, but Mr. Trump doesn't play games," unquote. Now let me skip to the end because it gets even better. Ready? "He will not be participating in the Fox News debate and will instead host an event in Iowa to raise money for the veterans and wounded warriors who have been treated so horribly by our all-talk, no-action politicians. Like running for office as an extremely successful person, this takes guts, and it is the kind of mentality our country needs in order to make America great again," unquote. Boom! So while all of the other Republican candidates, who are far behind him in the polls, are with each other on Fox, Trump is going to have his own event in Iowa. Say, do you doubt that every other news station in America is going to carry Trump's Iowa pep rally? And do you doubt that they will get higher ratings than the official debate on Fox with all the also-rans? It is brilliant in so many ways. Let me list 6 of them for you, okay? Number 1, it proves he's independent. He's not controlled by anyone, not by party bosses, not by donors, nobody. That's what people love about him. He is not beholden to anyone. Number 2, it's a slap at the Republican establishment, the partisan executives who helped set up the Fox debate, but also the Fox brand of republicanism with their particular pet issues. Grassroots conservatives are angry with the Republican establishment for good reason. For 8 years, despite Republicans' rhetoric, they've been submissive to the Obama administration on everything from budgets to immigration. Trump shows he just doesn't care about seniority or the pecking order or the way it's always been done. He just changed that. Boom. Number 3, and most obviously, everyone is going to be talking about today and tomorrow is Trump, 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 how audacious he is, how clever he is, how refreshing he is, how different he is from business as usual and all the other guys. And of course, on Thursday night itself, it's going to be the Trump show on every channel on the dial except Fox. He'll be loving every minute of it. And the ratings will surely prove that he got the better of this showdown. Number 4. Trump is a boastful billionaire, but he's showing he's got a heart. It's going to be a pro-Trump rally, all Trump all the time, but it will be styled as a pro-veterans event. What American wouldn't love that? And hey, why don't the other candidates do that? Why didn't they think about it? And talk about distinguishing yourself from Hillary Clinton and how she treated veterans too. Number 5, Donald Trump is thinking about the next step. Look, it's not a done deal that he wins the nomination. Iowa caucuses are strange affairs. There's the chance that the anyone but Trump vote might coalesce around someone like Ted Cruz. But look, Trump has been leading since pretty much the moment he declared. All the polls say so. He's leading by such a margin. His media profile is so large. His fans are so motivated. If it were anyone else in his position, anyone more, quote, respectable or establishment, the whole race would have been called already in his favor by the experts. So let's assume that Trump is going to be the Republican nominee. I say it's not a done deal, but let's assume it. Now, to beat Hillary Clinton, he's obviously got to draw votes from people who didn't vote for Mitt Romney last time. So he's got to pull votes from some Democrats. There are already some polls showing 20% of Democrats would cross over to support Trump if he were the nominee. I totally believe that. He's not a die-hard partisan Republican. He seems fresh and independent, but mainly for the first time since Reagan, you have a truly inspiring candidate in the eyes of non-political people, people who know him as a celebrity or a businessman, whatever, stealing some of the hype that the Democrats usually monopolize. Like, I guess the last time a Republican did that, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. So Trump is thinking about his campaign after he's the Republican nominee. And what better way to appeal to moderate Democrats than to show he's independent of Fox News, and in a truly spectacular fashion by punching them in the nose. Here, don't take my word for it. Let me show you turbo liberal Bette Midler, the celebrity. Here she is on Twitter saying, Donald Trump has called me every name in the book, but he stood up to Fox News and Roger Ailes. That's a first. So enjoying this. I'm not saying you can make your enemies into friends by turning your friends into enemies. I'm not saying that, but the independent spirit and the willful disobedience to official Republican kingmakers, including the conservative intellectuals at National Review magazine, who published a whole issue called Against Trump, well, that will catch the attention of a lot of folks in the middle who could go either way, Republican or Democrat. And number 6, the way Trump did this is actually how bosses work. His braggadocio about being a deal maker, well, he just proved that's how it works. He was negotiating with Fox. They rejected his demands. Now, if he were to back down, it would prove that he's all talk, no action, and that he could be made to blink. But he just proved that not only is he a man to be taken seriously when he makes a promise or a threat, but he was smart enough to have thought his scenarios through in advance so that when Fox had to reject his audacious demands, he could then tip over the whole table and have his own Trumpapalooza in Iowa and win the debate by not even showing up. And you know what? If the United States had a president with those kinds of strategic negotiating skills, these poker playing skills, these past 8 years, I don't think that Iran would be getting $150 billion and a nuclear bomb now. I don't think Bashar Assad would still be the president of Syria right now. I don't think Vladimir Putin and Russia would have annexed part of Ukraine by now. I don't think China, OPEC, and Mexico would be dictating how Americans live in so many ways now. Vladimir Putin and every Muslim dictator and terrorist have played with America like a toy. I think Trump would, what's that phrase again? Yeah, he would make America great again. You think he would have been so desperate for a deal with Iran like John Kerry was? I think he can be smart and tough and strategic and negotiate and walk away and win and surprise everyone. I predict that Donald Trump is going to win the Republican nomination. And I predict he will go on to win the general election big time, whether it's against Hillary Clinton or if she's charged by the FBI in relation to her email offenses, against Bernie Sanders, Michael Bloomberg, Joe Biden, or whoever the Democrats or third-party spoilers throw against him in a panic, even Republican third-party spoilers. I like Fox, by the way, but I think Donald Trump just made the most brilliant move of the campaign. I think he's going to be the next president of the United States, and I think it's going to be huge. For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.